Welcome back, everyone. Today's lesson focuses on essential skill number 2, summarizing. You've been practicing this skill since you were in elementary school, yet somewhere during junior high school, middle school is what we call it now, you stopped summarizing and began copying information word for word. How many times have you had a teacher who's doing a PowerPoint and you're trying to copy every single word down before the teacher says, "I'm moving on," and you're like, "No, don't, I'm not done." So having the ability to summarize is a great skill. It's a skill that will help you well beyond graduation, regardless if you continue with school or if you head into a job. Also, have you ever been in a conversation with someone and that person goes through every single detail to a story and you're bored and you just want to scream, "Get to the main point"? A summary of the story would have been far more valuable and a whole lot more enjoyable. So let's get to it. The document for this lesson is titled Essential Skill Number 2, Summarizing. Before we get jumped into that document, I also want to show you briefly, go back to the Essential Skills Flowchart of Learning. Here we have a summary, the learning target for summarizing. It says, I can summarize a text by finding the key details in sources and restating them in my words. We are right here with essential skill number 2, summarizing. And there's the learning target again. Again, here's the lesson that correlates directly to this essential skill. I'm going to click on that in just a minute. I want to remind you that both of these gray boxes are optional. They're very useful, but they're optional. If you were to click on the link, How to Narrow a Topic, it would take you to a Google Slides presentation that walks you through specifically how to narrow a topic. It gives you all the steps. So if you're stuck on your topic, great resource. Another resource is finding and using reliable sources. So this is another one that walks you through the process to finding reliable sources. So if you're stuck in any way, please consider using both of these supporting resources, or don't forget, I'm always available to help you as well. So let's get back to the learning and practice for today's essential skill, summarizing. When I click on this link, this is the document that will open. It should look familiar. So this is essential skill number 2, summarizing, learning, and practice. Notice this one should take you approximately 30 to 45 minutes, about that much. So what is it? Again, I go through what summarizing is. And this is an important component right here. For our purposes, it means taking multiple, at least 2 sources, and summarizing the key points and putting them into your words. For example, my passion project is about creating a balanced ecosystem in my garden ponds. I will summarize the key points from at least 2 sources that support my research about what it takes to create a balanced ecosystem in my garden pond. Popping down to here. Here is the learning required. Watch and respond to the questions in this Edpuzzle. You click on this, it's going to take you to an Edpuzzle. And I know you've probably done these in science class. I know the science teachers use these a lot. And here we go. This is what it looks like. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 questions, and you'll have to go through the whole thing. It's 14 minutes and 13 seconds long. So Edpuzzle is so wonderful that they're going to collect the scores for me and report what your score is. So that's awesome. So I'm going to pop back over to this sheet. Another learning is my video to walking through this document. You can watch it if you feel you need it, but it does support this document. Here's the required practice. You're going to reread one of the articles about the healthiest diets. Those are the ones that you read for synthesizing. Or if you used your documents for your passion project for synthesizing, you can use one of those articles right now for this lesson as well. Again, I'm really trying to condense the extra work you have to do and to make everything efficient. So if you've already done this for your passion project, continue to use one of those articles. In the space below, in the box on the left, that would be this one, you're going to enter the key details or points from the original text. In the box on the right, that would be this one, rewrite the key points or details in your own words. This is very important because otherwise it's merely taking the words from the author and just restating them in your own words. You really need to think about this and put things in your words. I'm going to pop on over now to the example that I've created, and I will link this in the lesson as well. You know what I found? Instead of just writing in the key details over on this portion right here from the article, I took the chunk of the article that I was most interested in and I copied and pasted it right into this document. So what you see here is the article, and again, it's only the portion that I found useful for me. And I copied and pasted it in here. And then I went through and highlighted the parts, the key details, the important points of this article. So that's what's highlighted. On the right-hand side, I took these key details and I put them into my words. So you'll notice that it starts off with ponds are most satisfactory when there's a complete and balanced food web in place. Starting at the top, that means that planktonic algae are present in sufficient quantity to feed some zooplankton. The zooplankton in turn provides food for the smallest fish and aquatic insects. These in turn become prey for the larger fish, which finally may be taken by raccoons, bears, or fishermen. Here's my condensed, my summary in my words. To begin, ponds need a balanced food chain. Planktonic algae, enough to support zooplankton. Notice that when I took words specifically from the article, I put them in quotes and giving credit to the author, which in turn provide nutrients and yummy food for small fish and on up the food chain. That took all of this and put it into this. I go on to talk about plants and the right balance. And again, all of this on the right is a summary of over here on the left in the yellow. I put it into my words, the key points. And that's how you summarize. Really, let me restate. You're taking the key points or details from an article, a source, and you're highlighting them, you're finding those key details, and then you're going to restate them in your words. If you're going to use exact words from the author, you have to put them in quotes. Now, it doesn't work to just copy and paste and put everything in quotes because that's not summarizing. It's also not in your words. So that's it. That's the end of lesson number 2, summarizing. If you have any questions, remember, I am always available. You can email me. You can drop in on a Google Meet on Tuesday or Thursday afternoon between 2 and 3 and ask me questions. Drop in, say hello. I'm always here. I miss you. Keep on learning. Bye.